everybody. It's just an abrupt swap. Good times. All right. So I've been blessed by having our co-hosts who do Cadence by Rule always be on here. So of course, Moo, you know Cadence by Rule.
Oh yeah, and I actually didn't want to say anything, but I was like genuinely excited because I haven't played the game in a while. So seeing like the start of the race, I'm just like, oh man, I love this game.
It's such a good game. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Rat speedruns of it, and it's so good. Yeah,
bloops. Ooh, there's Wisdom already. And Kakariko, nice.
So a couple of early peaks on the map. So for those of you who might not be familiar with this game, if you're here for the Necrodancer, that's okay. Stay for the Cadence by Rule. It's a really, really good game. It is, I think, technically Necrodancer 2. And so, yeah, the way this one works is there's an overworld. We're trying to find 4 instruments, and we're trying to find Kakariko to wake up Link, and then we can go into the final phase of the game, which is essentially Necrodancer. So that's the plan. Everybody plays as Zelda because Zelda's the best character by far, because Zelda starts with a defensive attack, which is called Naru's Love, right? Am I wrong about that? That's right.
Correct.
Okay, good. Looks as though both these racers are going to route the overworld in the same way to start, picking up the Wisdom Torch, which is really nice because it's essentially a monocle, and then going to head across this bridge tile. This bridge tile is very critical to the race because it's ultimately where you're going to come back once you've got all 4 of your instruments.
And I am not used to seeing the more quick play oriented, very lightweight runs, not picking up many items. So I'm used to clearing out that bridge just so you can have the nice free movement there.
You still see that a little bit. I think it's sort of a racer preference kind of thing. And what we see here is we see Goof going straight for the grotto. This is where Wizrobo is, and you've got DT going straight for the desert. Now, my understanding of the meta, at least when I race this game a little bit, going to the desert first is pretty good because it's a good place to get the loot, which allows you to teleport and also to get some damage up. But I've seen a lot of racers just not do that. They just go straight for grotto because it's right there, and hope to find like. With the Wisdom Torch. There's a rapier. Yeah, you can exactly. There it is. Yeah, with the Wisdom Torch, you can find a rapier, and then you're good to go. So a bit of a routing difference for both racers. Looks like Goof is going to be clearing out this key room to up the keys. Now, there has been a meta shift in the key situation where keys used to be kind of hard to come by, and you had to be really careful about your key count. Now they're so much easier. A Wisdom Torch shows you keys in the walls, so people just assume they'll find them.
I don't think they could have asked for a better start in that regard. And Goof just refreshed. Not that Goof had a low torch in the first place.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was that worth going out of your way for that, but I mean, that's fine. And so you can see the weapon pickup for DT is the you can see DT's got the titanium dagger, which is a 2 damage dagger. Ooh. And DT also has the loot now, whereas Goof is already going through the grotto here. Interesting.
Had very good time in getting through the puzzle room in the grotto, so that it didn't have to use any bombs. Now dealing with Wizrobo. Interesting choice taking the cane. I'm not sure what kind of shenanigans Goof is hoping for.
I've seen Cane take before, but I am not entirely sure where the value is there. And
I'm still personally in bow and arrow land.
Not a flawless. Yeah, the bow is pretty good for late game. And
if they do grab the bow, windmill is DT ignored it too, but they could have gotten Hero's Bow.
Ooh. I like
which is though. Really good.
It's super good. 2 damage with piercing on your arrow shots. It's like a 2 damage staff if it was Necrodancer. Very good. Well, we've got DT going through the swamp, and Goof I think is going to be heading over to the desert now.
Swamp.
Oh, thanks for switching over the game there, Kipiola. It's hard to remember to swap that in the midst of these showcases, but that's all right. So I wonder if DT's actually going to do the swamp or not. We'll see. Found some floaties, random floaties. So could go for the desert. That is one of the sort of things you need to keep an eye out for when you're playing this game. Is how are you going to get into the desert? Usually racers look for the Goron charm. That's the common way to do it. The Goron charm makes you able to go through lava, not take damage from hot coals. And that's usually how you want to get that. There's a gap you have to cross of lava. But there's a way to do it with the floaty boots. And I do love the float.
So DT has Courage Dig.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. Courage Shovel, just like in Necrodancer, is extremely good.
Ooh, plus the floaty's not having to take any swap damage.
Yeah, that was really nice going through that poison without actually touching it, because you're floating over. And so you can see Goof is going to skip the titanium dagger that's at the top of this map, and that is time save. The way you kind of got to think about these races is you have to pay attention to what each racer does, and then see if the other racer skips that for various reasons. In this case, Goof could skip it because they have a rapier that does 2 damage on a lunge. And Goof is going to tap the desert and is going to go infuse this rapier. So this is huge. This is huge for Goof right now. High damage rapier is going to be good news.
I guess DT doesn't want to fight Go Maracas with just the dagger?
Yeah, did DT get the boss key and then leave? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Gonna want more damage.
Or a broad weapon, or lunge.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, oh, and there's Kakariko Village. So DT is gonna go into the crypt. What I love about the crypt is that it starts with the 1-1 music. A sort of remix of the 1-1 music, which is pretty cool. We'll switch over to that right now.
Zelda can find the Bigoron sword? Really?
Oh yeah, you can find all the weapons. In story mode you can. I think in single character you can.
I've never seen the exclusive weapon in a chest for the other character before. That has to be exclusive to the up. Yeah. You know, not that I've done like 10 million runs, but I feel like I've done enough runs where like I would have seen it at least once.
Now, has Goof been to the swamp yet? I don't think so, but maybe. I'm trying to keep up with my tracker, but it can be hard sometimes. Goof currently on their way to the Storm Temple in Death Mountain.
I've only seen Desert and Grotto.
Desert and Grotto for Goof, yeah.
Ooh, using damage boost to get through the back entrance there.
DT waking up Link. You can click this. Sorry. You can click the overlay thing. Alright, so there was some... Goof used the cane there for a skip.
Ah, so smart.
A little bit easier than the bomb weirdness. You don't take damage.
You don't have to use your bombs, don't have to use 2 bombs. Oh, and found the Pegasus anklet at some point too.
Very nice. We also got the Boots of Power for DT right now. That's a huge pickup given the this boss is super tanky. So that was very big.
Ooh, auto dig.
Oh boy. Everybody loves auto dig.
Mm-hmm. Nothing ever goes wrong with auto dig.
Just when you thought you had a shovel, it's gone. Yeah, that plus 1 damage, so good for DT right now. And look at all those shovels in those chests. Let's take those let's take the diamonds and go.
So I briefly saw a scroll of need essentially on the map for Goof. Didn't want to go for that. These two already know who they're going up against.
Yep. Yeah,
they're really cutting out safe.
Yeah, the only scroll that I really see people go for is the scroll of damage. There's a Glockenspiel picked up for a RoyalGoof. And the maracas now.
You know, if this game were on PC, I would expect to see a mod for Gleok that like gave Gleok guns for heads.
Yep. Definitely.
I have faith in the Necrodancer community.
That would definitely be a thing. Yeah, the enchant weapon scroll is the one that people tend to pick up. All right, so DT off to the grotto, the thing that Goof did first. And Goof is back in the swamp.
Ooh, nice. Using the wraparound for the Lost Woods.
So at this point, I'm going to give it to Goof. Goof's got a touch on all the Sheikah stones. I don't think DT's been to the mountain yet.
Doing the good old classic touch on the ice block.
Yeah, there's a few ways you can skip that floor, and that was one of them. You can... So for those who don't know, every dungeon has 2 sort of main floors plus a puzzle floor. The puzzle floor is where the boss key is, and that's 3rd. You can generally skip the 1st floor. In some very special cases, you can skip both the 1st and the 2nd floor.
Yes. Skipping the 2nd floor is generally so difficult to do in story mode that it's not worth doing. Because although it's possible, it's just not going to save you time. Ooh, getting a smooch from the bubble.
Oh, yeah.
Getting double smooch from the bubble. The first one was stunned, the second one was confused.
Oh, really? As long as it's not stamina. You need that stamina.
I also do not appreciate losing my torch, which...
Is that one of the hits?
That's one of them.
Oh, that's
yep.
real bad. I didn't know that.
It's instantly losing your torch.
So, Asher, the skull does one of 4 effects, depending on the color of the sort of orbs that are floating around it. There's the bow pickup for DT. And, yeah, we just sort of said what they were there, and now I totally forget. Confusion, steal your stamina, steal your torch, and whatever the other one was.
And the last one was stun, but I never usually see stun. I usually just get hit with one of the other ones. They're all pretty gross.
All right, we've got 3... Actually,
nice.
This is pretty close. We've got 3,
getting the
3
enchant.
ready. Although I don't think Goof has gotten Link yet. Is that true? I don't think.
I haven't seen Goof in Kakariko. No.
Yeah. So actually, I don't know. DT's doing pretty well. DT's gonna be infusing now.
Look at the what? Poor Goof.
Oh wow, that exit with the bounce trap just in the way.
What a fair video game.
Super fair. Got to use a boost from an enemy. Imagine not knowing that that was a mechanic. You would just be stuck.
Nice layout. Ooh, nice. Using Pegasus to get all the way across the coals and give a nice tap to the Guitar Mouse.
Yeah, I love seeing the Pegasus strats that we see from all these racers. All right, so Goof's just got to do Kakariko, and DT's just got to do the Death Mountain. So this is close. I think Kakariko's generally a little faster.
Man, DT just refreshing their boots of power.
Yeah, super good find. Both racers do have the boots of power. So we're pretty even Steven here, with both racers also opting for the obsidian. Wow, Goof was
That was
bullied.
unfortunate. Goof was like, I'm charging up my anklet, and it was the guardman who pushed him down.
Key count in DT's favor. So Goof's going to want to make sure they hang on to that torch because they're going to need it for finding more keys.
I think Goof's going to be fine because only needs one more key.
Oh, just found one. Sorry, they were at 2 when I was last looking. Yeah. So yeah, they're only needing 1 key. That should be fine. There's the potion. So the first one to the second phase of the game is going to be Goof. And I wonder if that was related to just getting the rapier first. What's the difference? I mean, they had some very serious routing changes.
I think getting the rapier, like straight up going to Grotto, finding the rapier, and just committing to that really worked out in Goof's favor.
Yeah, kind of a risk, though. You could not find the rapier there. Like, it's not guaranteed. So,
that's entirely true.
By the way, have you seen there's this new tech where you can throw within a beat? So you
really?
can actually save a beat. You can throw something without using a beat. So if you have something in your hands and then you toggle off and on your gloves in between the beat, it throws the item without costing you a beat. You can then move on the next beat. It's kind of bananas.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, Rat was showing that. It saves you 1 beat, but for every time you throw something. So if you can imagine the Gleeok fight, you could throw those bombs for free. And it saves you like a third of the time. Nice knock there by Goof. So we are in the second phase of this game. This is the sort of Necrodancer-esque part where you're just pushing through two sort of zones. The first zone is the light Hyrule Castle, and the second zone is dark Hyrule Castle. There's a key.
What do you know? Goof found his key.
Right at the entrance, or the exit to the third floor. So I believe we've got a 1-floor lead right now for Goof. Goof taking some hits, though.
Yeah, right before Goof entered, did not refresh stamina. I mean, that still works in his favor right now, because getting the refresh and all the hearts and everything. I'm just surprised he didn't grab the pot that was right there in that room before starting the dungeon. Ooh, and DT getting a little trolled by that guitar knight.
Yeah. Nice to play guitar, because why not? A little bit more efficient through that third floor for DT, so DT gained a bit of ground, but Goof does have the advantage here onto the dead ringer of this game, Octava. And nice heads-up play on that Gleeox. Yeah, that was awesome. Very nice.
These were the kinds of plays that I saw Goof doing against Spoody, just to prevent heads from being a problem. They're one of the worst spawns you have to deal with in this fight.
Totally. Yeah, you want to do that, and then on this last phase right here, you stand in that one tile that Goof was dancing in, and it prevents a mini-boss spawn, which can be really big, but then the mini-bosses start to come out. Oh, so good. That was awesome. What a play. What a gamer.
Dyra teleports behind you, nothing personal.
That was great. And putting on the enchant there for the max damage hit for DT, and DT is going to be onto Dark Hyrule as well. So it's all coming down to this. Who can map through this the best? We got Goof already onto floor 2 just as DT's getting started. Courage Shovel versus Auto Dig. Oh, Goof going for a bomb jump. Very nicely done. Was it worth it?
Oh, this is scary.
This is so bad. Goof has a heart and a half. Ooh. Now in this game, you can find hearts just on the ground. Oh, Goof auto digging open the walls. What do we do? What do we do? Meanwhile, DT is just waltzing through. Okay, 1 heart. Goof survives. Barely. Meanwhile, DT has now taken the lead. Auto dig is bad, confirmed. Oh my god.
Gotta be careful with these red wolfos.
Yeah, they pack a wall up. And Goof does not appear to be being careful with those wolfos.
Oh my goodness, please.
That is why Zelda is so strong. Just stand in a group and tank everything. Oh, we got Fraggle Rock there. Not gonna take it. That is one of the best legendary weapons you can get. DT, I think, is on the final floor. And is just looking for the boss room here. This is a weird floor. This floor doesn't even look complete.
It's top right. Goof.
It's just a bunch of, like, drywall thrown up. Yeah, it's top right. Oh, Impa's, whatever you call it. Everybody's favorite weapon.
I think it's Khalid Bulg.
Right.
Oh, man. So, like, in Necrodancer races, you know, being able to screen look is super valuable, but it's not exactly something you can do when you're being swarmed by this many enemies at once, and then constantly being teleported around.
Oh, Goof. This is so spicy.
No stamina!
Oh, jeez. Heart and a half. Meanwhile, though, DT already on to, I believe, phase 2. Or was that... No, I think maybe we're at the end of phase 1.
Yeah, this is the end
or no,
of
that's
phase
phase 2.
one.
Phase 2. Phase 2. I think we're on to phase 3 now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So DT looking to finish this off just as Goof gets into there. Nice use of the bombs.
Ow.
And there it is. So DT coming from behind victory. Well played. That was awesome.
I always feel like Dark Hyrule is like Zone 4, and then I wanted to say that I think Goof getting snagged in 4-2 essentially was what killed it for him.
Yeah, that zone, yeah. That Dark Hyrule was really bad. It was the auto dig. He opened up that wall of black skeletons while trying to deal with the whatchamacallit, Hinox.
Hinox.
Yeah. All right, that's a win for DT. I'll put the hootie up. 1 hootie for DT. We're gonna get right into game 2.
I feel like Hinoxes are the same size as they would be in other Zelda. So I think immediately of like Link's Awakening, where Link's tile is like, Link's sprite is one tile block, and a Hinox will eat up about 4 tile blocks, same as in this game.
Well, Hinox is 1 tile, but it's just big, right?
It is.
Like
yeah,
it's
but
actual
visually
tile
it's
it
that.
takes. Yeah. I mean, I think this is coming from a place of Breath of the Wild where they're huge. They're real big in Breath of the Wild.
I haven't played Breath of the Wild.
It's real good.
They're that big? Oh,
They're huge.
man.
Yeah.
Same as Lionels. I have seen clips of Lionels in Breath of the Wild. They are pretty big.
They are so
Hey.
scary. When I first played that game and I first encountered a Lionel, I was terrified.
I love that
It's super
in games though when they just let you go there. They're like, yeah, you can go there. Go ahead. That's the Lionel. You
Yeah.
want to see what it does? You go ahead. Find out.
I have a lot to say about Breath of the Wild, but we'll get into this game once again here. Let's get the music going. Yeah, by the way, shout outs to my pal and former Necrodancer top tier racer, DJC, or DJ Carmichael, who has been killing it in the Breath of the Wild 100% category, which is absurd. That is, of course, all
how long
Korok
is that?
seeds. It's about 22 hours.
God bless.
Oh, DJ has the world record for all shrines, but has been doing 100%. And yeah, the world record I think is 20 hours and like 20 minutes. And DJ's finishing, I think got a sub 22. It's actually an awesome speedrun. It's really cool. It's obviously super long, but the routing is super interesting. And yeah, it's sort of like a war of attrition a little bit. All right, we're gonna get our wisdom torch here for DT. Looks like Goof
Lost Woods.
didn't go for it. That's odd. That's very odd.
Goof's
It's on the map. You can see it in the blink loops.
Yeah. Yep. On Bleep Loops, I saw the enchant shrine, the fairy shrine.
Yeah. So you could, if you find some diamonds, you could go for an enchant there, or infuse, right? Am I wrong about that?
Mm-hmm. Infuse.
Yeah. Yeah, haha, yeah. You just get to hear
Yeah.
900 Korok seed guys go yeah, haha.
Okay, so Goof did go back for the wisdom torch. They just wanted to make sure they got the swamp touch first.
Okay, I guess that's fair. Yeah, we got swamp touch for both racers.
That was interesting how DT moved the tile there. Ooh, and there's Goron Shop. Nice.
Yep, no floaties this time around. We're gonna see Goron Shop. You can still get the floaties; they're still good. I do love them.
Mm-hmm. Freddy, your days are numbered.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to be the
there's
next
Freddy
Freddy.
right there.
Oh no.
So that emote you have of Monk sweating, that is Freddy right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's my
Oh man, so let me say real quick, that is one of the scariest things that you can do, is running up to a Freddy and like... So I had a blast ring equipped when I ran up to one of those overworld Freddys. I thought I was dropping a bomb. Immediately gave him a bad day, and he was like, I'll give you a bad day. I bet you weren't ready for this. I forgot about it. Just teleported behind me and destroyed me.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we're going to pick up that Goron Locket straight away. So, for those who don't know the mechanics, You kill Freddy in this game, instead of getting a Crown of Greed, you get a coupon, and the coupon lets you buy something for free, just like in Necrodancer. And generally that is used to purchase the Goron Charm, which is $200, but gives you, like I said earlier, total immunity to fire, lava, any of that stuff. And so it's worth doing because it's going to give you a free entrance into the desert, as long as you have flippers as well. Don't forget your flippers. DT, I love that little play there, using the fireball as a way to hop up onto that half block. I don't know if you saw that. So the fireball,
that was smart.
Yeah, taking up the space to allow them to hop on instead of moving. So just like Necrodancer, there's really just 4 buttons to this game. I mean, there's a little more, but for the most part, it's up, down, left, right. And so the way you interact with things depends on the context around when you press up, down, left, or right into it. And so with half blocks, you push them unless they're up against something. In that case, it was up against a little fireball, which was pretty interesting. We're going to see a wall lock for DT.
One of the nicer things about that specific tech was using Nehru's Love to also be protected from the damage on it, because I've made that mistake before where you try and get onto it and, that was interesting from Goof too. So normally I would do what Goof just did, which is let the fireball hit the half block and then you would push it afterwards. But being protected after Nehru's Love is anytime you use it, you just don't take damage on the next beat. So DT used that to their advantage in pushing that block as well. Or not having that block pushed as well.
Did Goof do the bomb push?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good strat. I like that one a lot. All right, looks like DT's going straight up for the mountain. So if this is your second watch of this game, if you just finished watching your first one, what you'll notice is that we are going completely different ways. The overworld is randomized. So now we have all the racers going to completely different things. The Temple of Storms was one of the later places to go to in the last seed, and we're seeing a touch here this time. So the overworld routing is one of the more interesting parts of this speedrun, where you're just trying to figure out how it goes. You can kind of think of Link to the Past Rando, which I know that was a big inspiration for this game, which is weird to think about. That, like,
I didn't see it coming from a mile away.
A mod of Link to the Past helped inspire this game. That's so weird. All right, both racers now in the bridge tile.
Both have piercing. Goof has glass slippers.
Yeah, what have I missed here? What's the difference between these two racers? Because they're both in roughly the same spot, but DT has an extra Sheikah touch. Is that the bomb charm?
Yeah, Goof's
got the bomb charm.
Goof did pick up the bomb charm? Okay.
Or is it DT?
I thought it was DT who picked it up.
So then does DT just have all the advantage here?
That might be.
That's a nice skip there by Goof. I'm getting mixed up, unfortunately. Okay, so both touching the grotto, but it looks like Goof is going to go through it. DT has now touched every Sheikah stone, but hasn't done any of them yet. This is very strange. Maybe DT's now going for the bomb charm? What's happening?
Ooh, Goof just saw the teleport, jumped in to see what was available, which I like doing. Yeah, it's a good free check on the other side of the map. Got a key for his troubles.
A little peek. I like it. Oh, we got a flail, a base flail in that gold chest. Sometimes worth. We've also not needing to kill Freddy with all those rupees.
There's a key right next to it. Man, this is nice.
Do we get the flail? Some racers don't, and DT's not gonna. That's a little surprising. I feel like the flail is very good, but racers really prefer the rapier, and we're gonna kill Freddy anyways, even with all this money. Okay. Now I'm questioning your character.
Resets the dungeon. So if you don't know, if you use the loop, the loop while you're in a dungeon, it teleports you back to the beginning and then it resets the layout.
Yeah, and so that's something that's used by racers. That is actually one of the major complaints by a lot of the racers. They really don't like that mechanic because it causes all kinds of weirdness, especially with racing, where you're, you can spend a bunch of time and it's just kind of awkward. Like a lot of the speedrun can be, you just loop out or loot out constantly
I got you with that.
You did get me with that.
I'm sorry.
Well, you kind of are looping around, so it's not totally wrong, but yeah, you got me. All right, we got Link's Awakening here for DT. Yeah, well, that's the other thing I was gonna say, Pitar, is that the faster way to actually do it is you save and quit, because the in-game time goes when you're looting, and so when you save and quit, it's not. But it takes longer RTA, but it's yeah. It's
That's a
just
shenanigan.
goofy. It's just goofy. All right, we're gonna see. It looks like the Temple of Storms first for DT, and we're gonna have a Hibiscus Potion for Goof. See, there's the save and quit. I think it is slower, so the looting probably is faster, but this is fine.
It would at least be very comparable. Courage Ring.
That's a good one. It's a good ring.
Does GT still have the coupon? No. Okay.
Yeah, did DT get the bomb charm? I missed it if they did. I think they both have bomb charm now. For non-racing practice. Sure. You know, when's better time to practice for not racing than during a race?
Oh man. So the goblin that was confused there on DT's screen, running up into the wall, staying on that confused trap, it looked like a goblin because of the way it was moving. I was like really concerned because DT walked up right behind it.
Yikes. Okay, DT has the boss key for the Temple of Storms. Goof is just about to start the Temple of Storms. So we're kind of in boss rush mode now. This was something that we saw very early on in the speedruns of this game, is you would get all of the boss keys, essentially, and then, or at least get all the Sheikah touches, and then do them all at once, because your overworld gets worse after you clear a boss. The enemies get more dangerous. So that was a common trope for a while. A
couple interesting decisions on Goof's side. Goof has both defense ring and boots, and also picked up the hookshot at some point. I think Goof really wants to prevent, you know, that feeling of panic I had in the last dungeon.
You're saying it's a response to last race, potentially?
I think so.
It could be.
Because going in and then dropping down, you know, 3 hearts per hit, because that's just how this game be. You don't get to pick up, like, armors.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no chainmail to save you. Alright, DT into the swamp. And Goof's decided to go for the ruins instead. Oh, there's the rapier. Do we take it if we're DT? DT's gonna go maybe pick up this rapier. This is a little questionable. Going for the glass. This is a party. So many enemies. Ooh, we got a
so
wall
long
walk.
to get this glass rapier.
Oh, what a nice wall walk that was for Goof. Glass rapier pickup for Goof just off of a mini boss.
Did Goof use the coals to do that? I forgot that was like possible tech, and I was blown away when I first saw that.
Oh, the like little minecart or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I wish there was more half blocks in things. I think wall adventures should be a bigger part of this game. There's the base rapier for Goof. I don't think DT picked it up, did they? Oh, they did. Okay. So DT and Goof both going for the base rapier. You see those glass slippies really paying out for DT. Just stomping around in the poison. It's fine.
DT did dequip the glass rapier before finishing that room, just to make sure they didn't lose the glass rapier.
Did you just say dequip?
Dequip?
To like unequip?
Unequip.
I love it. Dequip is good. I know what you meant. That's great. Also, the hookshot strats.
I love the hookshot adventure. It's so good.
Dequip is so good. I'm so happy with that. Oh yeah. Did we get Wizrobo for DT? I don't think so. No, we're about to see it. I was hitting the wrong button. And again, the glass slippies just letting DT waltz on that. They're so strong. If anybody does or watches dungeon mode, you will see that. Oh, there they go. That the glass slippers are the best thing you can get. Hey, it's Pojo. What's up, Pojo? All right, Goof.
That is a solid emote.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Good old Grom. Okay, so it looks like...
Ooh, that's a nice Freddy.
The lead here is, yeah, those scrolls. Now that you can get multiple scrolls, it's real nice.
Didn't take anything from Freddy.
Okay.
I think Goof's in a rush.
I think you're right. I think Goof doesn't want to lose this second race. Goof is ahead, as far as I can tell, because DT still has to do the ruins after this. And we're gonna see, yeah, Goof is gonna be in go mode in a second. Goof also got the obsidian rapier already, so this is very interesting. Do we read chat? No.
That's impossible. I was actually just looking at adding titanium and obsidian weapons to chests.
I think for dungeon mode, if that's what you're talking about, they should absolutely do that in dungeon mode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the way the infuse works right now is it's fair.
I don't know. I think it kind of, when we did our dungeon mode racing, it was not ideal because of issues with pretty much you just run glass and hope for the best. Also, hello cross-coded. I don't mean to be a punk. All right, we got the base Guitarmos Knights fight right now, so it's not going to be too far back, but once again, Goof seems to be a little faster through the original routing of the overworld, and then we'll see if Goof can keep it together for Dark Hyrule.
Obsidian Rapier. Goof is a believer of Obsidian in this game, which is still kind of scary to me. I value being able to drop beats quite a lot more in this game.
Word on the street is Obsidian is just way better than Titanium. This is coming from Rat, who spends a lot of time with this game, and I've always kind of been pro Titanium because, yeah, you can take a lot of hits and then you lose your damage, and that's important, but... You didn't know this game was a thing. This game is a thing. It's awesome. It's a really cool game. It's unfortunate that the sort of gap to entry in this game is having a Switch, and I think that that's been a problem for a lot of people, but it's a very good game. It's a fun race game. It's still actively in development, so hopefully we'll see some more changes. DT handling that a little nicer with that knockback on the rapier. I think DT's rolling with glass here.
Oh boy, Goof got the... Oh, sticking with auto dig.
No, why? That's what killed you last time, Goof.
Oh, getting socked in the face. Didn't have enough stamina for the reflect.
Oh my god, look at this room. Auto dig, please. They're both in the same room now. Goof taking all the hits. We got all your greatest hits. We got the green. We got the green archer. We've got the music note mage. They're all in there.
Ooh. Okay. Smart eye seeing had enough just enough stamina for that reflect against the Talos.
Yeah, that was a time. They are on the same seed. Yes. We do our races all seeded. By the way, this is the final this is the tail end of our Cadence of Hyrule portion of this cast. We will be doing some more Necrodancer races after this. Yeah, we are so close. This is excellent. First one is the Gleeox for Goof, so nice job on the bomb there. Both are doing how much damage? 4 damage? Are they doing 5?
Goof pending.
Goof's doing 3, yeah. Yeah, Goof needs to get that damage up. Oh, we got the enchant. That's what's happening. We've got an enchant scroll done for DT. So DT is doing 5 damage, which is making this a much faster fight, as you can see. So already onto the final phase. Goof's still got a phase to go before the final phase.
Oh man, that's something I didn't even realize. Is not having the beat bar means it's also not easy to tell at a glance how much damage you're doing.
The beat bar?
Yeah, Goof doesn't have the rhythm bar at the bottom on display.
Oh, for the heart. I just look up at the arrows on the thing, but it's not easy to see. Like the arrows up on the rapier. But yeah, you're right. With obsidian. I assume they're probably used to that. This is spicy for DT. DT is going all the wrong ways right now. But found it eventually. Looks like Goof might be on ready for it.
Yeah.
All right, gonna get the compass. That could be huge right now for Goof. And it is.
There she is.
Zelda's a real, I don't know. Real
Zelda's real.
She's just, I don't know what the plan was with that ghost Zelda, but. So you can see though, even though Goof isn't really allowed to take damage because of the obsidian, DT is super not allowed to take damage because of glass. And now we're actually seeing, I think their base rapier. Oh no, they swapped back to glass again for the boss fight here. And I think we've got Goof. Yeah, Goof is about a floor ahead. Oh, that's it. This is the last floor. So Goof's gonna be the first one into Ganon. Or Ganon. And DT not far behind. This is super close.
Has the bombs to do it. Just a minimum of 2.
2 bombs. Yeah, we got much more for DT, which could be good. If there's a missed bomb, this could be very bad for Goof.
I liked the slip sliding around using the Pegasus anklet in the quiet space, making good use of the stamina before the free refill for DT.
Nice. And yeah, Goof is just on to phase 2, and DT just going on to phase 2 now using the bomb strat. It's very nice. And we'll see if... Okay, Goof is on to the final phase, but took a bunch of hits. Needs good spawns here. And that
can't take any free hugs.
Spicy. Okay, and it looks like Goof's gonna be fine.
2,
there
3,
it is.
Oh man.
GG. So 1-1. And with DT finishing now, what a close race. That was awesome. 20-minute race decided in seconds. Love it.
That compass was the last thing that Goof needed. Just perfect timing.
Yeah, that was great. That was an awesome race. I love it. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed our Cadence of Hyrule showcase here. So we have 2 side events in our Season 9. One of those side events is Cadence of Hyrule. The other one is Melody Racing. And guess what? That's what we're doing now. Look at that. So let me set that up. And we're gonna dive into it. And I've got also, it's a very special Melody Race. Get ready. It is the Civil War Melody Edition. Oh, baby. So we have 2 people in our community who go by Civ. Civ Kriya and Civer. So we have the Civil War